Yes.
Participated in a contest like this in the past and said that that was a process to be proud of. What is different about this process now?
Process to be proud of. What are you quoting?
From a statement that you gave, I believe was a Florida seat, a contested election that went through.
At the end of it,
Yes.
when I first became a freshman member, the Democrats took the majority. The Democrats did the exact same thing then. They contested a race for Vern Buchanan. I tried to dissuade them moving forward, but they kept for months in question about whether Vern Buchanan was a congressman. They went back and they wanted to see the machines. They thought the machines did something wrong electronically. Zoe Lofgren did. Just so happens Zoe Lofgren is the chair of this committee now. At the end, the same result came forward that the result that Florida had there and Vern Buchanan. You're probably taking a quote out of context. I didn't think they need to go forward with that. Vern Buchanan was the member of Congress. He ended up being a member of Congress. If I would say anything to the American public, whether you're Republican or Democrat and you're a member of Congress, there's three things you should be working on. It should be back to work, back to school, and back to health. The Democrats put their very first bill, their most important bill, H.R. 1, wasn't about putting the 10 million out of work back in, or about kids back into school, or even more vaccines. It was about election law and changing election law that would give them an advantage. And now on the very first day of being sworn in, they wanted to question this election. And even though the person who lost said the reason why they came to Congress, just to get the outcome that they could have. Then we listened to Speaker Pelosi, believing that she has the right to pick and choose who's a member of Congress. What happened to the people's voice from Iowa too? From Michelle and Kerry? That even though at times they voted and their person didn't win, they still worked with the person who did. It is the people's house. And that's what's so disturbing to me. Why would you keep forward with this when it's been counted, it's been recounted, a bipartisan election board went through it, and the Secretary of State sent a certificate? The question raises to the Democrats, just because you have a 5-seat majority, the smallest majority you've had in more than 100 years, would you be doing this now? Would you do it if you didn't have a 5-seat majority? Because at the end of the day, the Iowans made a decision, and it's their voice, and they have a right to have Congresswoman Mariannette Miller-Meeks, who they elected, to continue to serve them, just like she's been doing every single day since she's been sworn in.